Hey, this is Sarah Guillot from sarahdesign.com, and in this video I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of what goes into making a product mock-up for my Creative Market Shop and my Memberships Academy stock library. You'll also be getting a sneak peek into the newest mock-up I'm creating, which you might be able to tell from this picture is a latte mug, and I'm going to add glitter to that. So if you glitter dip latte mugs, you're going to want this mock-up. And this should be dropping in my shop in the next week or so. The other day, I dug out my camera. It's been a while. And I took a bunch of pictures. Here, I'll go into the contact sheet view so you can see. I just brought a mug around the house. I was going to get a blank mug, but I noticed I had this Skype one in the cupboard. And I thought, well, I can just get rid of that Skype logo or take a picture of the back side of it for my mock-up file. So I carried it around the house and with different lighting and also a couple different cameras and lenses, and just put it in different scenes to see how it could look. And so these are a few of those images that I took, like on my mantelpiece and next to a candle holder that I had. And then I took some individual pictures of the candle holder so I can add that to a file later. And then ultimately, the image that I decided to cut out and use, I think, was this one. And so I didn't have to worry about getting rid of the Skype logo. I just had a nice clean image of the mug itself. And it doesn't really matter what's in the background or any of that. Really what matters is that the lighting was decent. So I grabbed that and I brought it into Photoshop. And once I brought it in, I had to do some corrections on it. So when I first pulled in the original file, of course, I had to use my pen tool, which is in here, to draw around the shape to cut it out of the background. And then once I had it out of the background, I created a clean file. And then I had something that looked like this because the lighting was kind of greenish. So then I had to go in and do some adjustment layers. So I brought in the hue and saturation, and I brought down the saturation. So that means you're making it more black and white. So it's basically stripping out the color, and also curves, which adjusts for the bright parts are very bright and the dark parts are darker. So you kind of preserve your highlights and shadows. And then it looks really nice and pretty. And then I went in and I played with the shadows. And actually I was thinking it might be cool to do a video about how to make shadows to put under your products. So I'll try to remember to do that. So I like to layer up my shadows. So I create like a little base layer underneath and fuzz it out. And then another one that's sort of directional because the light's coming from the upper left. So the shadow's going to be on the lower right. And then you sort of layer on top of that. And then it really makes it look real. And then I took that corrected mug and shadow and I brought it into my scene creator, which looks like this. I sell this on Creative Market. Here it is inside my shop. So I basically took this PSD file, which if you open it up, you can see it comes with a bunch of different layouts inside of it and also different glasses. And I opened it up in Photoshop, and then I brought in my mug with the shadow to try and get it looking natural. And once I brought it in here, I had to make the white look a little bit whiter even because you can see the wood trim down here on the wall portion of the background looks pretty white. I had to make sure the mug looked natural in there and it wasn't like too yellow or too green. And that's how you set up the basics for a mock-up file. What I'm going to be doing next, and before I upload the final to Creative Market, is I'll be adding in the glitter onto the mug itself, along with special layer for adjusting the color so that you'll be able to change the color to anything you need. And so it's going to become a very versatile file that you can use with glitter or without. And then I'll also be creating a smart object, which is sort of shaped to the angles and roundness of this mug so that you can add in vinyl decal images or anything else that you might want to stick in front of this mug. So I'll be excited to share that when that goes live. I'll be sure to make a video about how to use that file. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos.